Hello, Cancers, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of August 3rd, guys. I do have your weekly love horoscope all ready for you. The link for that is down below. Now, this is a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So if you are unsure of which one that is for you, there is a free calculator down below. All right, guys, let's jump right into it. Let's see what's going on this week for you. Guidance for the week of August 3rd. Ooh. I'm liking it, Cancer. Okay, and a theme for the week. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Coins, the Page of Coins, the Two of Coins, the Six of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Ace of Cups. The clarity for the Ace of Cups is the Nine of Swords and the Moon. The theme of the week is the Ten of Cups. I love it. I love it, Cancers. Yes. So starting right out the gate, this is going to be a very fast-paced week, especially in regards to school and work. So you're going to recognize that, let's say we're in August. So some of you might be preparing to go back to school in some way, taking additional training at work or certifications in some form. And when you have the Nine of Coins, this is a really good week. So it's not one of those like crazy laborious weeks. It's going to start off quick. It's going to start off fast, but it's really going to be so much development and a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Harvesting for all your good work. Harvesting, that's the best word I can figure. But it's kind of like this week you're going to go to work and you're making that bonus, you're finishing that project, or you're going to start your new job as in a new title or in a new position, or you can start a whole new job entirely. When you have the Nine of Cups with the Page of Cups, this is very much more responsibility in some way, and so you're learning either on the job. You could be in probationary period where you're being trained. You have the Two of Cups here too, so understand this is going to be a very, very busy week. A lot of things on your plate for most of the week itself. So a lot of balancing here, back and forth, but it's really good. When you have the Nine of Coins, the whole reason you're doing this training, the whole reason you're taking on this workload is because of more financial abundance or abundance in general. It can definitely come in terms of a promotion or a raise, but it comes in more than just money. It can be time off. It can be equity in a company. They could be paying for your school or free training. They could give you more time off did I ever say time off? They can give you it in more than one way. And so that's why you're really hustling. You're really training. You're taking the opportunity to learn more. You might be learning new applications in some way. But as a result of doing this, you're able to take on more responsibility, more projects. You're able to rise or get into that corner office, or have a lot more flexibility. So for instance, you might be working from home, and so there's not too much micromanagement, but as a result, you have to be more disciplined, have a better schedule. Do you understand the give and take here that's happening? But it's for a good reason. So it's going to be very fast-paced. Make sure, Cancer, that you're getting your little decompression moments. I'm a water sign as well, so I understand when we can get overwhelmed, or really, really stressed, we can get a little emotional. So just make sure you're taking, maybe that 15-minute power nap, making sure that you wake up maybe 15 minutes earlier in the morning so you can have that peaceful 15 minutes where there's no rush or no energy. And you're just decompressing, allowing yourself to laugh a little bit during the day, putting on good music for yourself. It's very important for you, especially with that Two of Coins, to maintain a sense of humor, maintain a good energy. Because even though we're going to be quite busy, when I say we, I mean you, are going to be quite busy this week, this is something that you would have wanted. You would have wanted this position or this extra training or this extra responsibility because of what it affords you. When you have that Nine of Coins, it's because it's dreams come true from hard work. You worked really hard to get to this position, to have this position or this opportunity. So keep that in mind when you're feeling a little overwhelmed. Okay, now we have the Six of Cups with the Page of Swords and the Ace of Cups here. So there's going to be perhaps I'm grateful for this, and this is good for you. There's probably going to be a lot of conversation or downtime with childhood friends or family or your own children this week. When you have it with the Page of Swords, understand that there might just be some conversations that really cause you to think, that really challenge what you thought were true. Now, hear me out. So you're working, and maybe you're finally having some downtime with the kids, and you're like, yes, I get to spend time, and the kids are like, Mom or Dad, we didn't get to see you all week. and you feel like, oh, that sucks, or people might say, hey, they might give you truths in a way that are pretty honest. I always think of kids too, especially if you have the Six of Cups, because kids have no filter. They're kind of like, you're frustrated all week, or you're in a bad mood, or you're like, oh God, maybe we need to hear it. But this is good for you, Cancers, because when you have the Page of Swords, while the information or the honesty can be challenging, it's a good challenging. It wakes you up. You could even see them. Childhood friends are like this too. Like, dude, I'm super happy for you, but like you're acting a little stressed or you're a little snappy, So some of those blunt truths are going to keep you kind of balanced. You're going to come from people that are close to you and that love you. But this is good because you're not seeing it, Cancer. And so this is going to teach you how to do this and then find a way to be balanced in your life. You have the Ace of Cups. Cancer, this is the week for love. I'm so happy because Venus is direct now. So this is a good time for money and it's a good time for love, guys. You might want to check where it's at in your chart or the transit's at. But the Ace of Cups, you're going to be meeting new people. I could already see the socialization with friends or family. So friends that you could be having at barbecue, you could be at the park, you could be at the beach. The Ace of Cups is a new positive situation here. It can be a new home. So some of you guys might be purchasing, but for the rest of you, it can be, especially with the Page of Swords, this can be a contract for a new home, new condo, new house in some way. And it'll be good. Just make sure you cross your T's and you dot your I's and you read everything carefully. You recognize that it's a 30-year loan or the APR or something like that. But for those who are not buying a home, this is about meeting new people. Now, the Clarity card is the Nine of Swords and the Moon. Whatever this is, whether it's buying a new home or meeting a new person, you're going to recognize as fun as exciting as it is, you are going to immediately be stressed. Now, and it's because you're fearful. You're like, oh my God, I finally met somebody after all this time. It's been like months in quarantine and they're absolutely, amazing. Oh my God, what if I said the wrong thing? Did I take too long to text? Did I do this? What if I mess up again? This whole rigmarole. Now, this is going to happen towards the end of the week, probably from after Thursday. Or it could have already happened. The Ace of Cups, too, is a new person, so you could have just met them and starting to get to know them this week. But understand that this is just fear. And sometimes most of the time, our fear sabotages us. This is not a time for you to overthink, to future trip, to worry about all the other past experiences and what if this is just a repeat or I didn't like that way they said that one word or whatever you want to nitpick at, Cancer. Let's not do that. The universe is giving you this new soulmate as an opportunity to improve your love life, improve your emotional well-being, improve your emotional experiences, and to recognize that it's not so much the person or the people that they're bringing in. It's in order to bring forward what's subconsciously blocking you. Just how your friend or your child might say, like, you're in a bad mood. When you meet this person, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm really fearful, or I'm really resistant, or I really have jealousy or trust issues. Or it's to bring this up, not to criticize you, but to objectively observe it and be like, I don't want this. Now, the theme of the week is the 10 of Cups, and this is the happily ever after card. This is the partner, the kids, the dog, the white picket fence. But this is harmony and happiness in your relationships. And I know if you've watched me long enough, you've heard me say it, and I'll say it again. Your financial world and your emotional world always mirror because it has to do with worth. Financial worth, self-worth. Doesn't matter. The universe just hears worth. And now as your finances are growing and becoming more stable and raising and you're feeling great, guess what else is going to raise? Your love life. So the universe is saying, now it's time, Cancer. You've taken so much time focusing perhaps on your own self-development, figuring out what you want to do with your life, figuring out your financial situation. And now the time for relationship and emotional development is here. So I say yes. And before you respond or react to anything this new person has to say, take a step back and be like, where is this coming from? A quick tip, what I always do, I always say, Divine, what would love say? What would love say? Because if you say something out of fear or anger, you're only going to harvest fear and anger. And trust me, I'm an Aries, Leo, Scorpio. I ain't patient. But I'm like, okay, I don't want to react. And maybe I'm taking this wrong. Maybe I'm seeing this. Maybe this is old conditioning. And try it out and just take a deep breath and see what comes to you. And try a new approach. Because if you want a different outcome, you got to do something different. So let's try something new. All right, speaking of that, Cancers, if you love your weekly love forecast, the link for that is down below. Or if you like a more in-depth tarot session, a soul reading, a healing session, that's also down below. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week for next week's readings. Take care.